When you hear the name Lucio Fulci, what do you immediately think of? Is it this? Or this? Or even this? Or perhaps you've never even heard of the guy, which is fair enough, as he is certainly not widely well known. Lucio Fulci was an Italian director who worked in a plethora of genres. However, he is particularly well known for his gory horror films, with the 3 clips I showed at the start being from his most famous works. During his career, Fulci made 3 giallo films: A Lizard in a Woman's Skin, Don't Torture a Duckling, and The Psychic. For this particular video, I'll be taking a look at Don't Torture a Duckling, which Fulci himself has said to be one of his favourites from his own work. The film concerns a reporter and a young woman who team up to try and solve a series of child killings in a remote Italian town, rife with superstition and a distrust of outsiders. Some key characters include a reclusive gypsy witch, a priest by the name of Don Alberto, as well as the many children who get brutally murdered as the film progresses. Don't Torture a Duckling is notable for its daring criticism of the Catholic Church in a strongly religious 70s Italy, which resulted in it having a very limited theatrical release. I could go on for ages about this film because quite frankly I just love it. However, I want to specifically focus on one scene, which is the iconic graveyard flogging. After the local witch is proven to be innocent and set free by the police, she is ambushed by vigilantes in a churchyard. It is a brutal scene showcasing some of Fulci's early foray into displaying graphic gore in his films. It is only made even more impactful by the use of sound. Don't Torture a Duckling is largely scored by Rizzo Ortolani, who is most widely known for his work on Cannibal Holocaust. However, this particular scene is instead accompanied by Italian pop music, which is diegetic as it plays over a car's radio in the background. This is one of the earliest uses of contrapuntal sound in such a violent scene, and of course is very ahead of its time. This use of an energetic pop song really adds to the uncomfortable nature of the scene and makes it much more disturbing. The performances of all the characters involved are excellent. The way the vigilantes act so casually while conducting such horrific acts is really emphasised by the soundtrack and gives the impression that they are even doing this for entertainment. While not directly referenced in terms of the song used or the acts carried out on screen, this scene was an obvious influence on Quentin Tarantino, and without it the torture scene in Reservoir Dogs probably wouldn't exist. Tarantino has made many references to Fulci films throughout his career, including using some of the soundtrack to The Psychic in Kill Bill Volume 1. While it can be really quite common now for an action movie to be using its soundtrack in counterpoint to the violent sequence taking place, think of almost any Matthew Vaughn film, back in 1972 it was a first time thing, and even all these years on, the scene, and the rest of the film for that matter, still holds up just as well.